Igala people in Anambra. The ancestral home of the Igalas is in Idah Kogi State, Nigeria, but many people are unaware that Igala people can also be found in the Anambra, Delta, Ebu, Enugu, and Edo states of Nigeria. Today, we will be focusing on the Igala people in Anambra State. There has been lots of confusion about the indigenization of Igala people in Anambra. While some Igala people in Anambra insist they are Igalas from Anambra, others say that they are Igalas from Kogi, who migrated to Anambra even when they didn't know the name of the hometown they migrated from. In Anambra State, Igala people comprise roughly 2% of the state's population, and they can be found in towns like Nzam, Igbokenyi, Onoma, Odekpe, Owl, Igala, Onugwa, Ode, Ala, and Igbokenyi. Let's talk about the 16th century historical link between Igala and Igbo people in the present-day Anambra. Over a span of 100 years, trade has thrived along the Niger River, linking the delta and the confluence. This trade seems to have been controlled by both the Igbos and Igalas within their territories. Within this crossroads lies a market at the boundary between Onitsha and Asaba, called Ilanyi Okili, in the Igala language. The history of the Anambra connection with the Igala kingdom can be traced back to a group of villages forming a clan known as Umueri. These groups have settled into two sections, midway between Onitsha and Awka. The northern section is centered around Aguleri, a key trading town on the left bank of the Anambra River. The southern section's center is in Ri, around 30 miles away. There are two versions of the story about how these groups of villages came to be. In the northern Umueri village, the story goes that Eri, a man from the Igala country, founded the town by settling in Aguleri after arriving in the Anambra area. Others say that Eri might have been an Igala war leader. The uncertainty lies in whether there existed a settlement upon Eri's arrival or if the area was empty. Eri's first son, Inri, ventured from his father's home to establish the town that now bears his name. Other sons went on to establish the other towns in the group. The name Aguleri is derived from Eri's second son, Aguv, who reputedly earned the title of heirs from the Ata, Gala in Ida. The second version. In the southern part of the clan, the Inri people hold a similar view, considering Eri as the clan's founder and Aguleri as their ancestral home. However, they offer a distinct account of the link to Igala. According to them, Eri is of divine origin and had children with two wives he married in Aguleri. The children of the first wife founded the Umueri towns, while the second wife's children established the town of Ida. This version presents the Igala, particularly represented by Ida, as half-siblings to the Umueri Igbo rather than their ancestors. Considering this emphasis and other evidence of Igala origins, it's plausible that the northern Umueri version of the Ida connection holds more historical accuracy compared to the Inri account. Interestingly, the Igala people themselves do not lay claim to a relationship with the Umueri towns or participation in title-taking. Nonetheless, they acknowledge significant historical ties with the Anambra region, where Aguleri is situated. These connections are attributed to Onoja Oboni, the legendary Igala hero, who primarily lived in Ogorugu. He engaged in raids along the Igbo borderlands, reaching as far as Nsukka's villages and even the western Niger region. The location of his base and the tradition of Oboni conquering Asaba link his actions to the Igala settlement in Aguleri. Hundreds of years later, echoes of discontent reverberate among the Igala people of Anambra as they raise their voices against marginalization by the state government. In the year 2021, a group of protesters from the Nzam community, an Igala-speaking part of Anambra, numbering about 380, took to the streets with placards held high and cried out against the Anambra State government's alleged act of entrenching them in their ancestral soil while depriving them of their rightful share of social amenities. Some of the challenges mentioned were a partially built internally displaced persons building, abandoned by contractors 7 years ago. The water reticulation project was abandoned 6 years ago. Lack of security vehicle in Nzam police station. A complete absence of electricity since the creation of Anambra State in 1991. lack of medical center, lack of judiciary and incompletion of Miata Nzam Road. Finally, what are your thoughts on the historical link between Igbos and Anambra? Please drop